Hi there, my name is Diane, but you can just call me Dee. Today I'm back with another episode of organizing my Goodreads shelves. If you haven't seen my previous episode of this series, I will link it up above and down below. I have reorganized my thrillers that I want to read in priority order, so from highest to lowest. I'm just basically gonna go through all the different shelves that I have of the books that I want to read, and I'm gonna do the same. For this one, I'm gonna tackle a few smaller shelves that the sci-fi books I want to read, the romance books I want to read, and we'll see how that goes. And if I still have enough time, then I'll do a few other ones that have just a couple or like a few books on the shelves. Alright, so let's start with the TBR sci-fi. As you can see, I've got 9 books. I like to add the date published so I can see if it's a priority or not. So the first one is The Martian, and I've actually always heard a lot of good things about it. I've never seen the movie, but I've heard that the book is funny, so I mean it's still on my high priority, I would say. As a sci-fi, for sure, yeah. Okay, so then we have The Test, and I believe this is quite of a short book, and I've heard G from Book Roast talk about it, and I believe she loved it, so I'm definitely interested in this one still. So once again, it's gonna be on my high priority. Well, that's already going way faster than the thrillers. Then I have An Unkindness of Ghosts. I think this is for the Howling Pack Book Club. I think it's a pick for maybe September. I'm not really sure what it's about. Okay, so this is aboard a space vessel, so that's really cool. It's LGBTQ+. I don't know, a lot of people seem to have liked it, so I think I'll just keep it in my high priority. And yeah, I guess I wasn't sure if I wanted to participate or not in this, but I'll definitely do now that I'm reading a little bit more into it, which is cool because sometimes I tend not to read the synopsis because I always feel like it gives too much information. Sometimes not reading it makes me either delay the reading or less excited about the book, so... Alright, then we have The Weight of the Stars. I honestly don't know if I want to read this one. I loved Kay Ancrum's book, The Wicker King. It was really heavy, but it was so well done. But this one is a sci-fi, and I've heard a lot of good things about it. Well, this sounds pretty amazing, I'm not gonna lie. But if it's anything like the other book that I've read from her, it might be heavy. So I think I'm gonna put it in my medium priority. Yeah, I'm still excited to read it though. Okay, so then we have The Shape of My Name. The Shape of My Name is a time travel story about what it means to truly claim yourself. Oh, that's it. Oh, that's only 22 pages. Alright, there's some representation in there. Let's see. I don't think anyone I know has read it. It's only 22 pages, so, you know, I'll keep it on my shelves, but I think I'll put it as a low priority, just because I don't think it's a kind of story I'm in the mood for right now. Report from Planet Midnight. That was published in 2012. It's a collection of essays. So an alien addresses the crowd, evaluating Earth's strange customs, including the marginalization of works by non-white and female writers. That's one of the essays. There's another one that shows Greg, an American Indian artist, befriending a strange 4-year-old who seems wise beyond her years. While preparing an exhibition, he discovers that the young girl is a traveler from the future sent to recover art from the distant past, which apparently includes his own work. That's very interesting. Wow, I mean, that sounds really interesting. Okay, so someone is saying it's a collection of 2 short stories, an essay speech, and an interview with the author. It's only 112 pages, and that sounds really interesting. so I'll put it on my high priority. I have to check if it's in my library. Look at that, I'm like getting rid of TBR for fantasy too, because it doesn't need to be in there. Okay, The Vanishing Birds has a really high average rating, with a good number of rating too. A mysterious child lands in the care of a solitary woman, changing both of their lives forever in this captivating debut of connection across space and time. So it's time travel related. She doesn't seem like she ages. I still want to read it, but it's definitely on my lower priority. It's not as intriguing as it might have been when I first added in my shelves. Then we have Clara and the Sun by Kazuo Ishiguro, and I have loved his previous book, The Remains of the Day. But this one is sci-fi. I don't know if it's gonna be the same type of writing and storytelling, or if he has a different side of his writing that is speculative fiction. I guess I want to read it, but I'm a little bit scared that it's not what I'm expecting based on the previous book, because I've heard that he has different kind of books, right? Like, because when I first saw that this was his new book, I was excited about it, but then I read it and I was like, oh, that's different. Which is fine, like it's totally fine, but what I loved about his writing was because he was writing a slice of life so well that I don't know if writing a sci-fi is gonna be the same. So let's see what this is about again. Okay, so basically it explores the fundamental question of what does it means to love. I think I'll put this one in my medium because it does sound interesting and I want to read it. I'm just not in the mood for it yet. Okay, and the last one in this category is No Gods, No Monsters. So I had The Lesson by Cadwell Turnbull, but unfortunately my loan ran out and I had to give it back before I even like made a big dent in it, so that was kind of annoying. From what I read, I was enjoying the writing style, so hopefully it would be the same, but this one is a newer release. Oh yeah, I think, no, I don't even need to read it. I thought it sounded so interesting that yeah, it's definitely a high priority. And that's it for the TBR Sci-Fi. That was nice and quick. So let's do the romance now. I've got only 4 books. Okay, those were not books I was expecting to see. Okay, so this is more like fantasy with romance in it. I thought it was going to be just contemporary romances, but no. So we have Fire Tiger. So this is a powerful romantic fantasy that reads like The Goblin Emperor meets Howl's Moving Castle in a pre-colonial Vietnamese-esque world. I think I've read that synopsis not too long ago. Okay. Oh, okay. It's a novella. Interesting. I don't see great reviews from the people I follow, so that's interesting. So I guess I'm gonna keep it on the lower side. It's interesting, it's a novella, so it would be a quick read. It's fantasy, so that's always cool. Wait, what did I say? Medium or low? I'll keep it in my medium, because I'm interested. So the next one is Of Silver and Shadow. I don't even know how I heard about this. I can't even remember. It is a standalone, which is amazing. I mean, it sounds interesting. There's some rebels, and from what I've seen, it's a group of misfits, a ragtag team of rebels. trying to overthrow a government. I mean, it's always nice. Yes, it's not especially anything new, but to me it's a nice trope that I enjoy. So I will put it in my low, but I still want to check it out. Okay, then we have Sweet and Bitter Magic. And this is a debut fantasy. It says it's perfect for Sorcery of Thorns fans and Girls of Paper and Fire. A witch cursed to never love meets a girl hiding her own dangerous magic, and the two strikes a dangerous bargain to save their queendom. Wait, that's a new release. Yeah, I remember wanting to read this, being really intrigued by it. Okay, so from what I'm seeing from some people that I feel sometimes I have similar tastes with, it's probably something that's not gonna interest me as much, just because it might have a lot of tropes or that I do not enjoy. I'm feeling like a low priority is good. And then we've got Spark City, and that's the last one. So there's 4 books in this series. It was self-published, isn't it? It says it's a slow burn love story. There's some dark humor in it. I mean, I'll check it out. You know, it's probably gonna be in my medium. Okay, so we finished the romance shelf. I'm super surprised. I don't know what happened with that. I'm confused. There were absolutely no contemporary romances, so that's interesting. Maybe I just don't put... Maybe because they're so talked about on BookTube, I just don't need a reminder, I guess. Maybe that's why. I don't know. I've been filming for half an hour. I think I can do a little bit more. Let's do the TBR others. What is that? What is that TBR shelf? What? I didn't know where to put those books, so I just put them as others. I'm confused. The Help could be considered a classic, couldn't it? I don't know if I wanted to read that, but a lot of people are giving it a great rating. So I want to keep it on my radar, so I will put it as a low priority. And then we've got Sycorax Daughters? I'm not sure. Oh, is this it's an anthology. Okay, that makes sense because I saw like a lot of contributors and I was like, what's going on? What is going on? It's a powerful, revealing anthology of dark fiction and poetry by Black women writers. The tales of what scares, threatens, and shocks them will enlighten and entertain you. Yeah, I remember putting this on. I obviously still want to read that. It's probably going to be on my medium priority. Alright, and just like that, we've got rid of this shelf. So I think we'll just do the historical and the graphic novel. That'll be it for today. So the historical, The Silence of Bones. Why did I want to read that? That sounds... I don't think I want to read that. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna put it on my low priority because I was about to get rid of it completely, but I think I still want to try and check it out first. Alright, The Once and Future Witches. Once again, I had this book from my library, but I didn't have the time to get to it before it ran out. Now I don't think I'm very interested. I've read her first book, I think the 10,000 Doors of January, and I thought it was okay. I didn't love the writing. To me it was too flowery, borderline on the what the hell are you trying to say. The story was interesting, but ultimately the writing always plays a big part in my enjoyment of a book. I just am not sure if this one will also have that type of writing, and there's so many other books I'd rather read, so I'm just gonna get rid of this one. Okay, and the last one is the graphic novel, Beyond, the queer sci-fi and fantasy comic anthology. I mean, I would check that out. Yeah, I have to see if it's on my library. I would definitely check that out. I guess it's on my low priority because it's a graphic novel, but it's always nice to have that around. Okay, and now I can get rid of the shelves that we just walked through. Okay, so we got rid of the sci-fi TBR, the romance TBR, the graphic novel TBR, the historical TBR, and the other TBR. So we got rid of 5 TBR shelves, so that's pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about that. Alright, this episode is done. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know how, if you have a Goodreads, how you're organizing it. I'm always interested in new ideas. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed tidying up with me, and subscribe if you want to see more episodes in that series. Don't forget to check out the first episode if you haven't yet, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!